Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Rivian Automotive, ticker symbol RIVN. And so I am recording this during the pre-market on Tuesday, March 12th. And here we are looking at the daily time frame, having taken a little bit of a step back because I just want to go over some levels before we really zoom into the price action. And so I should note that on Monday, March 11th, we did close at a price of $12.69, being down just about a little less than 1% on the day, but then really reclaiming that drawdown in the after hours. But, it does look like we put in a couple red candles with some big wicks on them. So it is quite possible we are topping. And so I just wanted to, go over levels that, stand out as why we might be topping and where we might be going back to before moving higher. I do think Rivian is bullish overall. I just think it might retrace a little bit. And so I'm just going to throw up the drawings here. And so a lot of this is based on Fibonacci retracements, but those are also, backed up by levels that stood out to me from the past. And so one of those levels is this purple line here at $13.30. We did get rejected from that on Monday and Friday of last week. So I do think that's an important one to pay attention to. And that is based on the low here that was hit on June 27th before this big run up. And then also I do have this orange level that's at $12.58. The yellow level here at $12 being kind of a psychological one. And then also this green level at $11.68. And those are really all, based on lows or pivot points back here that, I do think could be acting as either resistance or support following this price action. And so that would be, going on right now. And then I also do have this uptrending red line, which does look like it had acted as support over here. However, that support was underneath what looks like was this bear flag that we did break below, gapping down. And then so above that, we did have this white level of resistance, this uptrend. And so that was really the one to be paying attention to. We could not break above it. We ultimately got rejected. And then as far as Fibonacci's go, I do have this orange one, really just to emphasize this level, $15.12. Hopefully we'll be getting up to there soon, but I do think we might find some resistance there as we did have a lot of consolidation just above that level. I also do have this yellow retracement. Again, really just to emphasize other levels that I have drawn here or based on this white, finer tuned, finer scale Fibonacci retracement over here. And so these levels are, I'll really just break them down when I go over the chart, zoomed in just 1 second. And then I also have this white retracement. So I'll just zoom in so we can see that. And and then from this, retracement, I do want to point out this uptrend and that it has acted as support based on the pivot low that was hit on February 26th at a low of $10.05, and then also the low that was hit on March 5th. Being at a price of $10.64. And so from those two pivot points, I do have this uptrend. I do think that will act as support, which means I do think that price will be pulling back to one of these levels and bouncing off of this uptrend. It's possible though, it could go up before getting to this uptrend. But I do feel like if price does cool off over the next week or two, if it does pull back, it could be just looking for this support before continuing higher. I do think that could offer some great dip buying opportunities. And so I do want to point out the high of Friday was $13.64, and we did pull back from that. It does look like, however, on Friday, it was a green day. We did go up over 2% relative to Thursday's close. We did gap up, but then pull back, closing at this price of $12.78, which is below the 236 level at a price of $12.91. And on yesterday, Monday, March 11th, we were not able to close above $12.91. We actually did form this inverted hammer candle, which could actually be, a sign that from this pullback that we saw following Friday, that we could be getting a rebound. But, with this big wick up and not being able to get a close higher than 1364, putting in another wick that we need to be closing above. So yesterday's high was 1352. That is now another level we need to close above. We need to reclaim that, which would suggest that there are buyers stepping in above these levels. However, we don't see that there are buyers above these levels. We don't see there are buyers above $12.91 or, $13, just being a whole dollar number. We do have the purple line at 1330. I did think that could be resistance. That does seem to coincide with this Fibonacci retracement in yellow at a price of $13.49, right around $13.50. And so it does look like we're getting into some resistance here, and we are trading below this 236, so that could suggest we will be pulling back further. But, it does look like 1258 potentially acting as support, and just below that we have the 382 at a price of 1246, or right around 1250, this region here. That could be acting as support before we continue higher. But, we could also consolidate around here, maybe over the course of the next week before making an attempt higher. But we could also pull back to levels lower. Those could be great dip buying opportunities. Like this kind of confluence of these two levels, the 50% retracement right around 1209, or the yellow line at the psychological level of $12. That could be a great dip buying opportunity. And then further below that, we have the 618 at 1173 and the green line at 1168. And so what I am planning on doing with Rivian, my average is, I believe, in the 14 range, somewhere around there. So I would really like to get my average down. And so, I could be, buying up here at these wicks. I'd be getting my average down, but I could also be patient and wait for these lower levels. And so that is what I am planning on doing. If I can't get my average down because price is going up, that's great. Price is going up. I'm happy about that. But if it does pull back, I want to be able to take advantage of that. So I'm trying to exercise patience, and I am waiting for these levels to be hit, right around 1250, right around $12, and right around 1175. If we do break below these levels, if we do break below 1175, get a big red candle, then, it's possible that this uptrend will be tested sooner than, coming out to here around March 19th. Or, later. This could be, March 25th, as far as this yellow line goes, coinciding with that uptrend. So, I'm just trying to wait over the next couple weeks to see where price settles out at, and, take advantage of the dip buying opportunities. If it goes higher, great. If it comes lower, if it breaks below all of these levels, I will be patient. I do have the pivot low here marked at $10.55 before this run up. And, that I think would be kind of, if we do hit 1055, I would want to kind of put on the brakes to see maybe we're going to test 1005, maybe go lower. But I think it is showing strength as far as it's moving up, especially as long as it respects this uptrend. If it breaks below that, then, I'd want to reassess. As long as we are respecting this uptrend, that means not getting closes below it. But at this point, we haven't had any price below it. So that is really key. If we do get a wick below it, that could be a fake out. If we get a close below it, that could be a fake out. But if we get two closes below this uptrend, that could be a breakdown of it. And then we would be retesting lower levels like, 1055 right here. So do keep that in mind. I do think that we're going to have some discounted pricing over the next few days. And so I'm prepared for that. Rather than getting greedy up here, I'm going to get greedy down here. But, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.